Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Osman. In today's episode, we preview the inaugural Wildlife Festival, prepare for Florida's severe weather season, and we'll learn about Volusia County's prescribed burns. In the Business Beat, we meet a company that gives schools and their students a unique line of communication. In Volusia Here and Now, we go to a local dojo for a karate lesson. Finally, joining Dave Byron in the studio is Mark Swanson with Volusia County Beach Safety. Those segments, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. I hope you stay tuned. A wildlife festival will be held at Lionia Environmental Center and Lionia Preserve in Deltona from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. February 27th. The free Wildlife Festival will feature Florida wildlife presentations, environmental displays, and guided tours of the Lionia Preserve. The 360-acre preserve is home to a variety of mammals and reptiles that favor the dry scrub habitat. More than 70 species of birds, including the Florida scrub jay, also live in the preserve. The Florida scrub jay, which are threatened species, are found only in Florida.
It is our first annual Wildlife Festival. We have lots of activities. It is a free festival for people of all ages, entire families. Really, the purpose of the festival is to let people know about the fantastic wildlife that we have here in Volusia County and especially here in the preserve. Of course, we're known for our Florida scrub jay, which is a threatened species, but there's so many other species of wildlife that live here and live in western Volusia County. We thought it would be just a great idea for people to come out, be able to hike in the preserve, go on eco-buggy tours, have guest presentations, and learn a lot about our native wildlife and the habitats that they live in. We have a very early morning bird hike at 9 a.m., kind of before the festival kicks off and gets real busy for those people that are avid birders. Kind of come out, the scrub jays are super busy at this time of year, so it's a great chance for them to really maybe see a scrub jay, learn a little bit about their behaviors. It's going to be lots of fun. We'll have food available for sale. There's snacks that are going to be here as well, so it's just a great family day.
Lionia Environmental Center offers insights into Volusia County's fragile ecosystems through hands-on displays and educational programs. It's part of the Deltona Regional Library Complex at 2150 Eustis Avenue in Deltona. It's open 7 days a week and admission is free. For more information about the festival, you can visit lioniapreserve.com. One of the perks of living in Florida is beautiful weather much of the year, but as we all know, severe weather does happen. That's why state and county emergency managers are promoting preparedness for all types of weather hazards during this year's Severe Weather Awareness Week, February 22nd through the 26th. Locally, emergency management staff will be working with Volusia County School System to conduct the annual statewide tornado drill. Volusia County Emergency Management Director Jim Judge says the purpose of the drill is to validate the readiness of the students, the staff, and the faculty of selected schools to respond to a tornado watch and a tornado warning.
So tornadoes are always a potential threat here in Volusia County, and if you go back a few years when we had the Groundhog Day tornado, it caused substantial damage. And just looking back at Moore, Oklahoma, they had quite a few fatalities, and even a school with 10 children and were killed and over 70 injured. And so we always need to be mindful of that severe weather and being prepared to take action should severe weather threaten our area.
And it's not all just about tornadoes. Other weather hazards we face in Volusia County include lightning, flooding, and wildfires. For information on weather hazards and more, you can go to volusia.org/emergency, or you can follow us on Facebook through the week as we share preparedness information for different hazards every day. And did you know middle and high school students can enter a public service announcement contest? You can vote online for your favorite public service announcement through the Kids Get a Plan Facebook page from March 18th through April 15th. The winners will be announced the week of April 25th. Woodland fires are a vital part of Florida's ecosystems. For most of its history, Florida was covered with grasslands and with timberland. Periodic natural fires maintained the ecosystem, burning off dead foliage, thinning out overcrowded forests, and making room for new growth. As Florida's population exploded in the early 20th century, fire suppression efforts increased. As a result, trees were stressed by overcrowding, fire-dependent species disappeared, and flammable fuels built up. This increased the risk of raging wildfires that can spread rapidly and endanger humans, homes, and wildlife. Today, firefighters know that fire is a necessary part of the life cycle in forests. Florida started using prescribed burns in the 1970s and now has the most active prescribed burn program in the nation, treating more than 2 million acres with prescribed fires each year. In short, more prescribed fires mean fewer extreme, out-of-control fires. Before conducting a prescribed burn, firefighters consider the temperature, the humidity, the wind, and the moisture level in the ground and the conditions for the dispersal of smoke. Firefighters agree prescribed fire is a safe way to apply a natural process to ensure ecosystem health and to protect people and property from wildfires. With their cool temperatures and low humidity, January and February are usually prime times to conduct prescribed burns. To find out if a prescribed burn is being conducted in your area, call the Florida Forest Service Bunnell District Office at 386-585-6150. A technology company based out of the Daytona Beach UCF incubator has created a new way for students and schools to communicate with each other.
When there's an incident or safety issue on a school or college campus, many times school officials will send out mass alerts to the students and parents. But a local company called IQ On Site has created an app that better opens up the lines of communication between students, faculty, and security. Jim Beckman is the president of IQ On Site, the parent company of the smartphone app Campus Ping.
Campus Ping is designed with safety in mind, and what we do is we work with colleges. We design a program that's customized to their needs in an effort for them to distribute them to students and faculty in an effort for them to work more hand in hand with campus safety for a more safe environment.
When a school decides to partner with Campus Ping, the app is free for students and their parents. In addition to safety alerts, it can also act as a mass notification tool to announce special events and other campus activities. A unique safety feature of Campus Ping is the ability for students or staff to hit a silent alarm notifying campus authorities of your exact location on campus.
In the evening, if you were going to your car and you felt that you were being followed or there was some suspicious activity, you would be able to hit a silent alarm where campus authorities would be able to identify you via GPS and come assist you. Another area of opportunity is protecting faculty and employees. If you're a teacher in a room with 100 students and for some reason there was concern regarding one of the students, you would be able to hit a silent alarm without anyone knowing, and campus safety would be able to come quickly to assist you, preempting anything unfortunate happening.
Campus Ping has already contracted with the Volusia County School System and Daytona State College. Volusia County schools have about 9 schools piloting the app and are currently not using it for security issues, but as another means of communication for families. The app will be available to Daytona State College students in April for a year-long pilot program. While the schools don't pay for the app, companies that want to partner with the schools do. Beckman calls it an entitlement package, and it allows small and large businesses to advertise on the app as well as distribute announcements and digital offers that can be redeemed for discounts on various products and services targeted towards district parents.
We have an entitlement package for them, similar to if you were sponsoring in the NFL or a NASCAR right across the street. We've got a nice sponsorship package that is very affordable, and it allows small business as well as larger ones a way that they can show their support. And we offer them a number of benefits that make it certainly worthwhile for them that was not available before. They will have use of an official logo that they would be able to use on their front door, on their website, on billboards and advertising that they are an official partner for safe and excellent schools.
For the Business Beat, I'm Joanne Magley.
Not many group activities can mix varying age groups while still teaching discipline and pursuing a passion. Here and Now reporter Kendra Lee takes us to the Port Orange YMCA for a lesson in the art of karate.
Though many think of Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and Mr. Miyagi when they imagine karate and martial arts, the real deal is more than just an action movie.
We try to make responsible young people that have confidence and can walk around and not be afraid of bullies, and try to teach them to respect their elders and say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, and no ma'am. While all that's going on, we try to teach them martial arts. Our style is Yoshikai. It's a Japanese style. We're what's called a Kobudo, K-O-B-U-D-O, which means not only do we use hands and feet for fighting, we also train with traditional weapons, the sai, the nunchaku, the bow, the tonfa. Because we're a Kobudo, there's a lot of Aikido in our stuff, there's a lot of Jiu-Jitsu in our stuff. It's an all-around, well-rounded martial arts.
Yoshikai means Training Hall of Continued Improvement when translated from Japanese. Today, in the standardized English translation, it means striving for excellence. Yoshikai is a full-contact, striking-focused form of martial arts that teaches tournament-style combat and self-defense.
In our first 15 minutes of class, every class is a gathering period. During that gathering period, the whole concept is for the older students to work with the younger students. Once we're kind of loosened up, got some blood flowing, then we'll start with our forms. And a form is a choreographed set of movements, which is a simulated fight, in theory. The first one that we do is called 27 movements.
Now we'll demonstrate an application of the 27 movements. This one represents self-defense.
When performing the 27 movements, you don't actually move around the room. Each movement is calculated and executed with great discipline, utilizing hand techniques to introduce proper and effective blocks and strikes.
The structure of our class is, with the emphasis in the first 30 to 45 minutes of the class is on the newest students. Then the second portion of the class, middle portion, is for the intermediate students. Then the latter portion of the class is for the most advanced students. For Y members, it's $35 a month. For non-Y members, it's $45 a month. Our classes here are Tuesday and Thursday. They start at 6:45, and we go through till about 9 o'clock.
The class caters to those with a casual interest as well as those seeking a deeper study of the art. Meyer teaches white belts all the way to high dan black belts. Students have the ability to advance in rank identified by their belt colors, as well as in other areas.
They learn how to be focused. They learn how to be observant. They learn that when they make strong effort, that they get better. They get better at whatever they're doing, whether it's schoolwork or whether it's playing soccer or baseball or basketball or football. I think the key benefit of this martial arts training is that the students learn how to get something from themselves, how to make themselves progress.
Children aged 6 to adults are welcome to come and learn about self-defense, focus, and goal setting through martial arts. To enroll in the Port Orange Family YMCA Karate class, visit their location at 4701 City Center Parkway in Port Orange, or call 386-760-9622 to register. For Volusia Here and Now, I'm Kendra Lee.
It's time to go into the studio and join the Director of Community Information, Dave Byron, and his guest, Mark Swanson with Volusia County Beach Safety.
Thanks, Amber, and hi, everyone. You know, one of the best summer jobs around for physically fit, responsible high school and college students is being a Volusia County lifeguard. The county is now recruiting for summer tower guard positions. We'll talk about the qualifications and what you need to do to try out. Our studio guest is Mark Swanson. He's the director of Volusia County's Beach Safety Ocean Rescue. Hard to believe, Mark.
Here we are again, Dave.
Recruiting again for summer lifeguard positions. Thanks for being with us.
Sure.
So let's talk about the number of positions that you'd like to fill this year.
We would like to fill 150 positions to supplement our full-time beach safety officers, and you know, we rely very heavily on the seasonal lifeguards to come and help us out during the busy time of the year.
Yeah, let's talk about the makeup of your agency. You have a nucleus of full-time people, and you augment that with some part-time people.
We do. We have about 55 law enforcement officers that are triple certified, which means they're certified as a law enforcement officer, as a lifeguard, and as an emergency medical technician. And then we have about 14 positions called beach safety specialists, that they are full-time lifeguards and EMTs, not law enforcement officers.
Okay.
And then all of our other supplement is our seasonal lifeguards, which, like I said, we rely very heavily on to come in and supplement our force during the busy times of the year. That's what fills our lifeguard towers during the busy time to keep the beaches safe.
The triple certified people, Mark, as you mentioned, certified Florida law enforcement officers, EMTs, and professional lifeguards. Pretty unusual in beach safety forces, is it not?
It is. It's very unusual. There's actually only a couple agencies that have triple certified employees, and you know, the great thing about it is it gives the taxpayer the best bang for their dollar, where you're having employees down there that can function in 3 different positions, which saving the taxpayer dollars.
And of course, the need for different types of services varies by season.
It does, and you know, in the off seasons, we pretty much run the beach with our full-time officers with very few part-time lifeguards. But during the busy time of the year, when Labor Day or Memorial Day hits, all the Memorial Day through Labor Day, that's what we supplement our towers with, our seasonal lifeguards.
So let's be clear. So what you're recruiting for is seasonal lifeguard positions. And as I understand what you're saying, Mark, these are people that sit in those red chairs and they really do nothing but watch the water.
That's correct. You know, they're beach ambassadors, but their primary focus is to keep their eye on the water, keep people out of rip currents, and keep people out of dangerous conditions out there. So yeah, primarily their job is sitting on a red lifeguard tower.
And you bring a lot of young people in, high school and college students. You hope that they stay for a few years, and sometimes they take a real liking to that kind of work, and they become full-time employees with the county.
They do. We get some full-time employees from there. In addition to that, we have people that come and work as lifeguards, and then they go out to be other highfalutin positions throughout the county, where they work for the county. Some of them are doctors, lawyers, but you know, a lot of them start off as lifeguard.
Yeah, quite a few well-known people. We don't have to name them, but quite a few well-known people in the area at one time were a Volusia County lifeguard.
There is, and that's, you know, quite a statement saying, you know, hey, I started off as a Volusia County lifeguard, and here I'm a physician, or I'm an attorney, or they advanced.
Mark, when you're selecting a young person for a lifeguard position, what kind of qualities are you looking for? Obviously, they have to be physically fit.
They have to be physically fit. They have to be somebody that presents themselves professionally, somebody that has good customer service skills, somebody has good critical thinking skills. And critical thinking is the key, because they're having to look at multiple things at one time. They might be looking at a swimmer out there at one point. They have to watch a multitude of people in the ocean, and they have to be able to recognize rip currents, and they have to be able to talk on a radio, and they just have to be really level-minded and have good critical thinking skills.
Because I'm imagining that you know, you're sitting up on that tower, and all of a sudden you see a bather that's in the water, and they're struggling. That must be quite an adrenaline rush when you jump down off that tower. It
is. Most of the time, you know, when they're waving to you from the water, they're not saying hello to you. They're saying that they need some help. So we would rather the lifeguard jump off the tower and go in there and not be needed than to have not gone in there and been needed. So anytime any type of verbal or or physical cues are given to the lifeguard towers. They're going to come down off their tower, they're going to go in there and help the person.
But I think the point is, Mark, is that even though there's the lifeguards are kind of glorified and the old Baywatch thing and that sort of thing, in reality, this is a very serious position.
This is a very serious position when people are coming down from all areas of the United States and the world, and they come down here and they don't know a lot about the rip currents, and they don't know some of the dangerous conditions in the water, and we get that that opportunity to educate them and make sure that they're safe.
And it's not just that, but I mean, a person could have a medical event in the water. They could get caught or get a jellyfish sting or what have you, so they have to have a little basic first aid.
They
as well.
do. They have little first aid kits on their towers, and if somebody gets stung by a jellyfish, then obviously the antidote for that is vinegar, so they all carry vinegar in their first aid kits. But somebody could walk up having chest pain, somebody could, there's a multitude of things that could happen, but they have to be ready to spring into action at any moment.
And talk about how the lifeguard chairs work together. If one tower guard is leaving his post and heading for the water, that triggers a sequence of events.
They do. They communicate within each other, and lifeguard towers to the north and south of them. When they go in the water, they drop their flag and they drop it a certain direction so that they know what the direction the rescue's in. It also lets those towers know that they're off their tower and they can watch the rest of their water while they're off. But it also can tell them that one of those towers to the north or south of them might have to come in and assist them. So they communicate. They have radios, but they don't need radios to communicate with each other. They do that with their whistles and their flags, and they all know what each other are doing.
And frequently a rescue can involve multiple people.
Absolutely. They can go in there and be going after one person, and all of a sudden they recognize they have 3 or 4 people that might be in the same situation. So certainly, they go out there and do what the best they can do, but it might require additional people.
Okay, so you're going to bring on hopefully how many people this summer?
We're hoping to get an additional 150 seasonal lifeguards. And it's a very stringent process to have to go through. Not everybody can do it. It's not a position for everybody, and there's a certain process they have to go through to do that. Number one, they have to be 16-year-old by June 1st of 2016. They have to swim 500 meters in less than 10 minutes in a Olympic-sized pool. They have to be able to swim 50 yards in less than 30 seconds, and they have to be able to run a half a mile in less than 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So it's not something that's taken lightly. It's not something that's easy to do. We're never going to sacrifice our standards by just putting people on towers. We want quality people to be on the towers. So we don't drop our processes and we don't drop our requirements, and that's why sometimes we have difficulty finding lifeguards. But we're going to continue to push it out there and get as many as we possibly can.
I think if there's a young person out there watching this, Mark, and they think that they'd like to be a lifeguard, but they're not swimming now, they need to start swimming. Because
I would say they need to start swimming right now. And, coming into the lifeguard recruitment processes, when they go to the pool to swim, there's going to be several opportunities. So if they show up the first time and they don't make it the first time, there'll be 3 other opportunities. They'll be able to come back and try again. But they'll have 4 opportunities to get there, and if they get there, they'll be able to be included in the recruitment class.
Men and women.
Men and women, absolutely.
And, we talk about the young people because a lot of them are, high school and college students, but you actually have lifeguards that are well into adulthood.
We do. We have lifeguards that are full-time that have been here 25, 30 years, and we also have part-time seasonal lifeguards that have been here for 20, 25 years. So it's kind of a way of life for them, and they get attached to it and continue to come back every year, which we appreciate.
You had that one amazing guy that was in his 60s, I think.
We did. He worked well into his 60s and did very well, and only retired because he just couldn't physically do it anymore and recognized that he couldn't do it anymore, but served us well for many years.
All right, so people, when they take a summer job, they do it for money and the experience. How much are you paying these days?
We are starting off at $9.65, and if they're an EMT, an emergency medical technician coming in, we give them a little bit extra pay. It takes them to $10.05 an hour. So there is an advantage of being an EMT as well. And they come in there and we work them as much as we possibly can. It can be a good summertime job for them, and they have the opportunity to not only serve the citizens of Volusia County, but also to make a little bit extra money for the summer.
So, Mark, if a person was a lifeguard last year and they come back this year, do they get a little boost in pay, or is it the same?
They don't get a raise until everybody else in the county gets one. So, but when the county raises annual, we've had them annually for the last couple of years, and when we get raises, they get raises as well.
And so the tryouts are right around the corner.
Yes.
So people need to pay attention to the tryout schedule that we're going to show at the
There's
end of
actually going to be a flyer that's posted on the Volusia County website, and if they go on, they'll be able to see the recruitment flyer on there. It gives them the days of the swim tryouts. It also gives them the days of the recruitment classes. So there's going to be 2 opportunities of a recruitment class. They can either do a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or they can do a alternating 3-weekend schedule that they can do it on the weekends.
Right.
We typically try to do the recruitment class around the county spring break schedule so that Volusia County students that go to school and they're on spring break, they can actually attend the class.
And anyone that becomes a Volusia County lifeguard can take pleasure in the fact that your agency is the Lifeguard Agency of the Year.
We are. That was a very prestigious award that we received this year from the Florida Beach Patrol Chiefs Association. We were selected as being Florida Beach Patrol Agency of the Year, which is a great accomplishment. We have a lot of very dedicated EMTs, paramedics, law enforcement officers that work on the beach daily, and they give their all every day, and,
Right.
and that was recognized by the association, and therefore we were named as that agency.
And I know last year you hosted the National Lifeguard Championships.
We did, lifeguards
literally
are
blew
competitors.
everyone away. I mean, that was like a phenomenal event.
Yes.
And my understanding is that's coming back as well.
Absolutely. We did it in 2015, and actually Volusia County Beach Safety actually ranked 3. We won 3rd place in that event. And it's coming back again in 2017, in August of 2017. It'll be back here again. It brings a lot of money into the economy, puts heads in the beds, and it brings a great competition
Right.
down into Volusia County, and we're honored to have it here.
3rd in the competition, but 1st in the host venue, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yes.
Mark,
yes.
I want to thank you for sharing the information with us today. You guys do a great job out there.
You're welcome.
And,
It's a great pleasure to be here anytime. Yes.
our guest today, Mark Swanson, the Director of Volusia County Beach Safety Ocean Rescue. And we'll put up that schedule of tryouts. And with that, we'll go back to you, Amber.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you too for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. And before we go, we want to wish our Director of Community Information, Dave Byron, a fond farewell. After 28 years with Volusia County and countless interviews on Volusia Magazine, Dave is retiring and beginning some new adventures. We're going to miss you, Dave. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Osman. Have a wonderful evening.